So one of the very first videos that Ian and I shot after announcing that we bought Smosh was an episode of 2 Truths, 1 Lie here on the Smosh Pit channel. And one of the truths that I mentioned as potentially setting Ian up to think it was a lie was that I wrote an angry letter to Ian a month after I left Smosh. And it was actually the truth, and Ian, you were like, hey, how about I read that thing? And I kind of didn't really put too much thought to the fact that if you read it, it could change everything. You could decide that you would be the one to leave Smosh next.
Yeah.
I agreed to do it. At first I said 100,000 likes on the video, then we changed it to 250,000 likes.
Because that would be
on the
hard
video.
to hit, right?
Honestly, I was like, maybe that's gonna be a difficult thing to hit. I didn't know, because we shot that before the announcement actually went out to the public. I didn't know that the response about all of this would just be so huge.
Yup.
So my expectations were unfortunately a little bit too low for what I thought.
Yeah, and we
Smosh
hit
fans
250,000 likes in 14 hours.
Yes.
It's at 516 right now.
516,000 already.
Yeah, and if it gets 1 million, we have to look at each other's dicks.
Hey, we did not shake on that one.
Okay.
And if we do see each other's dicks, you better not be shaking anything else.
So you apparently you looked at the journal after.
Yeah, I looked at it again because there was the possibility of just cutting out me saying, hey, if we reach this goal.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like, of course, it's a very personal thing. It was coming from a really vulnerable place. I was getting my emotions out that I was holding on to. After I left Smosh, actually for years leading up to leaving Smosh, I was holding on to all these emotions. And because you and I were so passive aggressive, we never bothered to speak about it with each other.
Yep.
I don't think I even really spoke about it with anyone. And a few people in my life recommended that I write it down just to get it out so I wouldn't keep ruminating on these things. So I reread it and I was like, you know what? This is a really vulnerable thing. And it's funny, since then, the comments on the video is like, what? Don't do that, that's a vulnerable thing. Don't put that out to the public, that's crazy. This is just for you.
Yeah.
Which is true, very valid, but I feel like it could be good to get all these things out in the open. Like we mentioned in the episode, I feel like I've completely grown. I feel like all the issues that I had, I just want to preface this, all the issues that I had, I've either realized were completely absurd, beliefs that I had come to the conclusion of on my own, and because I'd never spoken about it with you, I just assumed it was fact. So there's a lot of things in here that I say as if it's fact when it is not fact, and I have grown beyond it, and I've learned that a lot of the issues I had are actually my own issues and not issues with you.
Okay.
So before you read it, I can't believe you're actually gonna read this. Do you have any initial thoughts or ideas about what kind of things I might be writing about?
I have no idea.
Not at all.
No.
You okay.
I'm guessing there's gonna be Defy stuff and things that we didn't know how to communicate before. We were so focused on Smosh that I think we put our friendship very low on the priority list of things to nurture.
Yeah.
So I suspect it's gonna be related to that.
You think I'm mostly gonna be talking about Defy?
No, but
because that's not right.
no. Okay. Well, no, I don't have any. I don't have any specific guesses.
The fact that you don't have any guesses really shows how little we communicated. I thought about this a lot. I will let you read it.
Okay.
And then I will kind of, I think you'll know when to stop, but I feel like it'll be best if I kind of interject to talk about what I was feeling when I was writing it, why I came to those conclusions, and how I've grown and what I've realized either about myself or about you or us since then.
Okay, great. And at the end, I have something for you.
Did you write me a letter too?
Guess you're gonna have to see.
Okay. I'm very very scared now. I thought this was me in the seat of power.
Nope, I brought something as well. It'll be
Okay.
fun. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So again, you can open it to the word.
Okay. You afraid?
You really want it, don't you? You keep putting your hand out, but I really don't want to give it up. Okay. All right. You know what?
The faster I do this, the faster I get over with.
Okay. All right. Promise me you won't leave Smosh after this.
Do I have to?
Promise me that you won't.
I won't leave Smosh.
Okay.
I won't leave Smosh.
Okay. And that you'll talk to me still.
Well, I mean, that could be negotiated between our lawyers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't speak directly unless we're on camera.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was actually the old us.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If there are any issues that arise, we will discuss it.
Yes.
Like civilized adults, God damn it.
I agree.
Okay, here you go. Oh, it's in your hands. It's in your hands.
All right, here we go.
Okay, wait, what's the date? 'Cause I did
August 24, 2017.
Okay, so it was 2 months
Okay.
and 10 days after I left Smosh.
Okay.
Which I don't know the date off the top of my head just like that. I had to look it up for our Smosh reunion shirt, okay? Okay.
Well, it starts out pretty nice,
Okay, you already read it? in
which
your
has
head?
me like scared.
All right, read it out loud.
This is so weird. Okay.
Yeah, it's very personal.
Okay.
Go.
I feel like I'm like getting on a roller coaster. You know when you get on a really scary roller coaster and you have that moment of like, I should just not get on this ride.
And then you start to
And it's
go
like-
and you're like, it's peaceful now, but I know it's not gonna last for very long.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Ian. Hello, old-time friend. I have a lot to say to you that has remained unsaid for many years. First, I just want to thank you for being such a great friend to me in my very fragile teenage years. I came from a broken home with very little money and no means to explore the world outside of suburban Carmichael. You introduced me to your loving family who welcomed me and loved me with open arms. They helped me travel and showed me a way of life I had not been exposed to. You personally were supportive and overall were a really good friend to me.
Were, emphasis on
Yeah.
were. I don't know why it's making me tear up a little bit. Like it's so vulnerable to know that I really didn't think anyone would ever see this.
Yeah. Really good, were a really good friend to me who I felt I could share anything with. I'm not sure why, but something changed. I feel our best friendship ended around 2009, and a resentment started growing between us. I started feeling a judgment in the tone of your voice, a sense of hostility in your actions.
Yeah, my writing's a little sloppy. There might be some
Oh.
tears on there that you have to wipe.
Did I do something that upset you? Did I treat you poorly? Did I make you feel insignificant, downplay the importance you held in our company, and imply you were not just as responsible for our success as me?
I mean, hey, I asked you some questions. Now maybe I can get an answer.
I mean, I suspect that.
Wait, are you reading this or is this your thoughts?
No, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, you don't know this?
I was
You
like,
don't know this? Well, I mean, I suspect that we're gonna get into it further. That certain relationships that we had might have had an effect. Sense of judgment in the tone of my voice. Hostility in my actions.
I don't know.
Hostility?
A little bit, like resentful, like frustration. And
Okay.
I don't know if that perfectly aligns with the years or whatever.
2009, though.
Well, I felt like our best friendship.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like,
So this was 2 years after we moved in.
one.
1 year.
Yeah, I think I felt like we no longer shared everything with each other. at that point. And I think it really was that we were working so many hours that we would hang out. And then finally when we were done, it was like, some alone time.
Yeah.
You know, when before our time together, we were just hanging out.
Right.
And communicating. And I feel like it just became so much about focus on the work, focus on the work.
Yeah. All that free time that we normally would use to like hang out, that kind of became the method to which we created new content. And I think the rate at which we had to put out content turned all of that free time into work time.
Yeah, and it was around that time that we launched, like seriously launched second channel shows, and I think it was like 2 of them going on at once. And it was around that time that we launched the Smosh Pit, which used to be a section of the website with articles and all that. And you and I were tasked with coming up with like at least one article a week.
It was stupid.
Yeah, it was such a waste of our time, but it was so much time that I think that by the time that we were done working on this stuff, I was like, cool, I'm gonna go sit in my room alone and like decompress.
Yeah.
So that probably contributed a little bit to just that feeling. I don't know if it was actually any hostility, but I think I started around that time getting the idea.
Well, not hostility, but probably judgment. I could see there's like, I think that I was generally a pretty like judgmental person. And like, I think that, you know, I think that kind of like, it would come out in a lot of the comedy that we would write too, like judgment of like something. And I think I also like viewed like people through that same lens.
You mean just like the jokes that you would make would be like, oh, that's kind of dumb. Oh, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
While we're making Smosh sketches.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. I feel like okay. I know I struggle with many things, and I'm so sorry if I ever put you through emotional turmoil in order to fulfill my own quota of self-importance.
You confused about that?
I don't think I was ever put through emotional turmoil. I don't think I would have recognized if I was being put through emotional turmoil.
That doesn't mean that you weren't being put through it.
Oh, maybe.
That just might mean that you were shutting things off.
Probably. Yeah. Quota of self-importance.
Yeah. I think that I had self-esteem issues.
Okay.
And the way that I remedied that was by feeling like I was super important. And when you're part of a duo, you know, I felt like I was more important the more that I felt like I was the reason for X, Y, and Z.
Right.
With the success, with the ideas, with the direction, with the leadership, all those things. So I think I started to inflate my own ego about my own importance.
Got it. Okay.
To make up for that void.
So you would do certain things to like justify your importance.
I don't think I would do certain things. I think I would just have the idea in my head, like,
okay.
like I'm the reason this is successful.
Right. Okay. Cool. I don't think you ever. I mean, like off the top of my head, I mean, obviously this stuff happened so long ago, but I don't think you ever. I can't point to a moment where you put me through emotional turmoil to fulfill your own quota of self-importance.
Okay. That's good. I don't know if I necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, I do still feel like at a certain time I didn't outwardly belittle you, but I think I just didn't praise you. I think that's a big difference in us reuniting. Is I am so willing to praise you and mention your strengths. I think back then, acknowledging your strengths was, to me, pointing out my own weaknesses, because you being good at something, in my head at that time, meant I was bad at something.
Gotcha.
So I withheld compliments, I withheld acknowledgement.
Yeah, I get that. I think where some of this comes from is like, I think back then we had this like idea of like equality, and like we had to be doing equal work. you know?
Yeah, like to
And-
justify, because we're
Yeah.
getting paid equally, we're getting, you know, all that thing. It's like, we're a duo, we need to do the same amount of work.
Yeah, so I think there was probably, maybe there was some like resentment when one person thought they were doing more work than the other. In most cases, you were doing more work than me.
I was doing more hours,
Sure,
but I think
okay.
you were doing more of the creative heavy lifting, which is more taxing in many ways. So I think that you needed your time to recoup your energy because you're coming up with funny stuff, and at that time I was like, I'm doing so much work.
Right. It's yeah. I think like we were so focused on like how can we do an equal amount of work when like
Yeah.
what was being required from each of us with each of our skills was totally different.
Yeah, it wasn't. We were not at a certain point. We were not playing to our strengths. It was
Yeah.
just like the amount of
Playing
hours.
to like what was fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair hour wise. Like,
Yeah.
with the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tame so far.
I think so. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to get real bad. I always wanted everything I made to be just that, something I made with your help. I considered Smosh to be something you were only tagging along for, and I'm deeply sorry if I ever made you feel like you didn't deserve as much credit as me. You may not have done some of the heavy lifting I did in the early days, but definitely encouraged us to keep going, and you kept things light and full of laughs as we did it. We accomplished so much, and I am just now realizing how important you were in making that happen. Wait, does this ever actually get like mean to me? Because I feel like this is all just very like affirming to me. Like,
There's some mean
okay,
stuff.
yeah,
that's
I'm
coming
waiting
up.
for it. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for it because this is just like
Yeah.
nice.
But that thing that you read there,
Yeah.
you did, and this was actually really nice for me to hear from you, but it was a few days after we had confirmation that we had bought Smosh.
Yeah.
You came over to my place. We, had a little, what do you want to call that hang? A very
Celebratory hang.
very luxurious.
Yep.
Very.
I brought us cigars.
We chilled with cigars and some whiskey, and we just broed it up.
Yep.
And you said that to me,
What?
that exact thing. You
What?
said, hey, I don't think I ever really acknowledged the heavy lifting that you did in the early
Oh,
days, and
yeah.
and you said that you felt really lucky to be there at that time, and that
Yeah.
I included you in that, and it was really nice to hear, even though I know, like,
Yeah. I think I always felt like some guilt towards like you doing like all this like crazy shit that had to be done like in editing and like, if we needed something done with the website, and like it was always like you that had to do those things because you had that skill set or you had the determination to do that. But like, there was no way that I could do that stuff. So it was always just like, I would just kind of be like, oh, okay, like I'll just I'll be over here or whatever. I'll like come in and give notes or whatever. But
Yeah.
but like I don't think I probably thanked you enough or acknowledged the fact that you did more. Maybe because I was like maybe afraid that if I did acknowledge that you were doing more, then I would need to do more like in return. I don't know. Like
Yeah. You
there's
said you
there's
felt-
probably something there where it was just like I think I was just like so obsessed with like this idea of like fairness
Yeah,
and
I mean,
what was fair.
isn't it insane to think that if we had just had a conversation and said, hey, I feel like I'm not, I want to do what's fair, but it feels like you're doing more, like,
right. We couldn't have that conversation though.
if we did, everything would have been different.
Yeah. I have so many ways I've treated you that I regret, and so many things I wish I could apologize to you for doing. I really wish you'd give me a chance to speak with you. Okay. There are also so many things I wish you would explain to me. Let's go.
I told you we'd
Here
get
comes.
to it. I
All
told
right,
you.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Okay. This is when the smiles stop. Okay. Why have you consistently made me feel ashamed to be myself in front of you for so many years? The time I asked you what you thought about my shoes when we were 17, and you told me you thought they were hideous, and I could tell you only said it to hurt my feelings.
I don't know. I mean, at the time I believed that.
I don't
Now
think so.
I don't think
was
so
just
either.
like-
I think you were
don't-
just being honest.
Yeah, I think I definitely didn't learn until I was like well into adulthood that like you shouldn't just say things because they're honest. Like you should like sometimes take the person's feelings into consideration
Yeah.
and maybe offer up like not lie to them, but offer up a different kind of answer that is satisfactory, that doesn't just go and like hurt the person's
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah. And I will be honest,
sure
they
I
were
was-
hideous shoes. They were like
Well,
moccasins.
they were like
They were moccasin shoes. They were like
boat shoes.
they were indoor outdoor moccasins, but now I know what you really thought about those boat shoes.
Oh yeah, you did have boat shoes for a while.
I had
but
boat
I think I
shoes,
probably had boat shoes for a short.
We both had boat shoes
yeah.
for a while. But the indoor outdoor moccasins were real rough. But I liked them.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm
Sorry, I called you shoes hideous.
I appreciate that, but also the best part of it is I do not care if you think my shoes are
Okay.
hideous, so that's great.
I think those shoes are nice.
Oh, thanks. Very, very basic.
Um.
Hey, don't read ahead.
Sorry. The time you talk shit behind my back on Facebook to the girl we were friends with that I introduced you to. The amount of things you said behind my back to our high school friends about me and my relationship. The snide remarks you'd make about me being... Oh, I thought that said virgin.
Wait, what does it say?
Vegan.
About me being virgin.
The times you'd make me feel stupid for making any content whatsoever that was not directly Smosh related. The snide remarks about anything I made that put my true emotions out there for the world. I just wish you were better at communicating. I know I'm not any better, but I feel like I've tried with you, tried to break out of my comfort zone and talk about things that make me feel uncomfortable. When we were in New York for our Ghostmates tour, we got drinks and I opened up about how embarrassed I was that my previous relationship was so obviously bad to the outside world and how naive I was to think I would actually marry someone like that. I was vulnerable and breaking down all my walls in hopes that you would return the favor, but nothing. The conversation was once again one-sided. Am I just horrible to open up to? Have I made you feel uncomfortable to open up around me? Have I made you feel all the ways you've made me feel? Are the ways you treat me nothing but an echo of how I treat you? There's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Am I the one at fault here? Did I create a problem that went way further than the point of no return?
I was losing my mind.
Is this all because of me? And then you put in all caps right after, perhaps.
I'm just trying to be honest to myself.
I mean, I think at this point, by the time of Ghostmates, that was 2017, 2016.
16.
You opening up to me was, I think, uncomfortable for me because we had never established that kind of openness before. So I think that I didn't know how to respond because I was like, where's this coming from? Maybe. I don't know. That's my feeling. I don't think I was, it's like, I don't know. Have you ever had a relative that you weren't close to and then all of a sudden they've tried to get close with you or
Yeah, that's fair.
suddenly opened up about something and you're like,
That's fair.
what is this? I think it was probably a similar thing. I can't recall exactly what this was, but I mean, I know I had a lot of thoughts, but I think I think maybe it was coming from a place of suspicion or
Yeah, that's
something,
fair,
or
that's fair.
or me being cynical or something, not maybe I didn't. Maybe I thought you had a motive, an ulterior motive to open up to me
Right.
since you hadn't opened up before.
That's true. And you had no idea how I would respond if you opened up because we never established what that would be like. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I definitely had my walls up, for sure.
Yeah. And now, as I've grown, I've realized that when I have a conversation with someone, even if I'm opening up, it is not fair to have expectations for the way that you should respond. I think when I was opening up,
Right.
I had this expectation of like,
It was like a quid pro quo.
yeah, I was like, I open up, you open up.
Yeah.
But now I know that if you open up with someone, it doesn't mean that they have to open up back in order for
Right.
that conversation or like that transaction to be fulfilled or something.
Right. Yeah, I definitely wasn't like, I wasn't open to that conversation. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we could talk all sorts of shit about our past relationships.
Talk about shit about our past
Yeah.
relationships, talk shit about our past selves.
Yeah, I'm totally open to that.
Okay. Cool. Over a cigar this weekend?
You know, no, let's not smoke too many cigars. It's you know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I felt
not
like-
trying to get gum cancer.
Yeah, I felt like I had some damage done to my brain for the next couple days.
You think so?
Well, questionable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But I don't think there is a point of no return for friendships as deep as ours was. I am reaching out to you now as an ex-best friend. I want to talk about things and lay them all out there so we can possibly mend things. And if we don't become friends again, at least we could say we tried. But why avoid trying altogether? What are you afraid of? I know I've been calloused in the past, but please give me a chance. I've changed and I'm now a more understanding person. All I ask for you is for you to stop being a f***ing asshole. Just kidding.
Oh, I wrote just kidding. It's so, there's some things in here where it's like I'm
Yeah.
writing it as if I think you're gonna
As
receive
if-
it.
I mean,
I don't know,
dude.
Maybe
You're the oracle.
I saw it all coming.
I had to say it. He said, you f***ing asshole, just kidding. I had to say it. I just want you to treat me with respect again. After everything I've observed in the past few years, I'm starting to truly believe you may not be a good person anymore. That's
Eek.
yeah.
Eek.
Ooh. Do I even want to know the bitter, grumpy, vengeful person you've become? Is it better that I keep my distance to ensure I don't get even more hurt by you in the future? I feel like you've become the bully. You are so upset by so many things, but you keep it all to yourself. How do you know that? If I keep it all to myself?
I think there's a feeling that's an aura.
okay.
A very dark aura.
Interesting. No one knows what's really going on inside your head, but you take the easiest route and put a fake smile on and walk around like you have a life to envy. But deep down inside, you're hurting. There's more going on than you even know. All things that slowly come bubbling up to the surface through your skin, they boil under the surface and fester until they finally burst with a shitty, loaded comment or a passive-aggressive outburst. Okay. I feel like I haven't known the real you for so many years. Does anyone know the real you? Do you know the real you?
The end. Finito. Are you leaving Smosh?
Nah.
There is a lot to
to
unpack
unpack.
in that last section there.
Yeah.
I do not think you're a bad person.
Okay.
I think it was easier for me to say that you were a bad person than to acknowledge that I had come up with a whole bunch of narratives and ideas for all these things. It was like I was a conspiracy theorist about where your brain was.
Right, yeah, you're trying to, I think that, I mean, we were so closed off and so uncommunicative that we could only guess what was going on in our heads.
Yeah.
Or the only things you're hearing are like back channel stuff. Like, oh, he said this thing or he said that thing, you know.
Actually, I don't think there was much of that because I don't think you really said much about that.
I don't think I really talked that much shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably talked some shit about like your videos when you left Smosh, but.
Ooh, actually, I didn't hear about that. That'll be another video.
No, I mean.
Oh, actually, no, you did talk shit to the girl on Facebook. I was on the work computer, and the Facebook messages were there.
Okay.
when I opened the computer and the shit talking was right there. Yeah.
Do you remember what it is? What I said?
Yeah, you were talking shit about me moving into a house with my ex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, I mean, it is fair though.
Fair.
It is fair from the outside now that I'm not in it.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah.
But I think I was hurt because I wish that you would have talked to me about it.
We were like, I really, yeah. I mean,
I do,
I
honestly.
don't want to like blow up other people's like lives.
Yeah.
But there was like a lot of stuff going on, especially during that time, that like I'm sure like the fissure began before that, but when I think of like the bad times, like what I would call like the dark ages of like our friendship was during that time.
Yeah.
And I think a rift definitely started there, and then it was just like we didn't have the communication skills and the vulnerability to be able to like recognize those issues and talk to each other about it. So instead we just kind of stayed on our islands.
Yeah, and hearing your thoughts. So the thing is that I feel like deep down I was feeling a lot of those same kind of like weird feelings about the place I was at with the person I was with. And hearing it from, or seeing you say it to someone else in a context that wasn't directed at me, I think when I saw those messages, I almost wanted to prove that you were wrong. Like, because it wasn't directly to me. And I do feel like if we had communicated, if we did have a really close relationship and you were able to transparently communicate with me, it could have saved me hardship in the sense that I would have taken what you said at face value, like from a place knowing that you were just that you wanted the best for me.
Yeah.
But when I saw you in that context, it was like you didn't want the best for me and that
Yeah.
you looked down on me.
Yeah, I mean, when I think back to those times, like there was things I was really frustrated about, but it was from what I was seeing, like I mean, like I can't say that I was like looking out for you, but like I did have, like I wanted to see you in a place that was better. I didn't like the direction it was going, but it was also like none of my business.
Yeah, and if we were really close friends, it kind of would have been your business. You know what I mean? Like, well, if you wanted to step in and really look out for me and say, hey, I want the best for you.
Yeah. Nothing is going to, nothing's going to change if it's like done behind your back.
Yeah, exactly. And because it didn't feel like you wanted the best for me, I felt like I had to prove to myself that I was doing the right thing or that I wasn't totally fucking up my life.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Crazy
I
times.
can't believe we got out of that time. I can't believe we're here now.
Yeah, that was dark ages.
Very dark ages. Yeah, there was no communication and around.
And then from there, like, I don't think there was any way, like, well, there was a way to repair it. We just didn't have the tools.
And I think that it put too much of a threat on Smosh.
Yeah.
And we said, Smosh is super important to us, and we have so many people, working with and for us, and so many fans excited about what we do. We need to preserve that. And that was the priority.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I expected really bad. There's some stuff there, but I mean, this doesn't change, to me, it doesn't change anything. Like, I mean, I think that we really misunderstood each other and didn't treat each other in the way that friends should have treated each other. And I think, going forward, I mean, not going forward from here. I think we're being much better with each other.
I feel really good about this being read because I feel like there was so much that was unsaid at the time, and even though you and I have kind of hashed everything out already, it was nice for you to get a peek into where I was at the time. I do think that there is a small part of me, because it was kind of, I don't want to say traumatizing, like it was, but it was such a long period of time of like little things that felt like it was tearing me apart for so long that I think a part of me still is like a little scared of us not communicating.
Yeah.
So I think there's a part of me that's like really wants to make sure, and I might be tempted to overanalyze if it feels like there's not communication happening. So I think this is good, and I think this can invite us both ways to make sure that there's constantly communication happening, and if it feels like there's something not being said, that we'll just be clear about that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I forgive you.
Oh, for what?
I forgive you. Kidding. No, yeah, and even if this was mentally damaging in any way, it made for good content.
Yeah, that's all that really matters.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah. Wait, do you? I mean, it doesn't feel like it really, because some people are very concerned. Some of the viewers, some of the commenters, when
Yeah.
they found out I was going to read this, they're very concerned.
Yeah, but they didn't know it was in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you feel great.
I feel like the people that both of us were in this time,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, we're both different people.
And I feel like this, does sum up why we did need those 6 years apart, because it's so hard to break the ice and make us both feel comfortable coming together.
Yeah.
I had those multiple attempts of opening up, but
Yeah.
because you didn't know what to expect, you didn't.
No,
still shut
it
us-
just came back with suspicion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think we had to break that chain, and just kind of grow separately and then come back.
Yeah, and we could both
later, yeah.
trust each other's intentions when we saw
Yeah, totally.
where the other person was in their life at the time that we reconnected.
Absolutely, yeah. I had when we got back together for that lunch, I had zero suspicion of are there ulterior motives? Because
Yeah.
at that point we were just so far along in the things that we were doing that I felt like my walls were down.
Same. And I
Yeah.
think part of it is that we had success in our personal lives and
Yeah.
we had success in our professional lives. Smosh was going well. I had my own thing going on the side. So it felt like there wasn't really any need to be defensive anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, I have to tell you,
You did tell me there was going to be something at the end.
I have something for you to read. I wrote something as well. I knew this day was coming. So, and I know that I've wronged you in the past, and I do apologize for that. I apologize.
I don't believe
I-
a single thing you're saying
No,
right now. This
I-
is a bit.
What? It's not a bit.
Okay. Okay, you're being very genuine.
I apologize for the way that I made you feel. I apologize for casting judgment on you. But I feel like these words aren't enough. So I wrote my own journal.
Oh yeah?
Oh.
However,
I kind of ran out of time, so I had AI do the apologizing for me.
Oh, okay. And you kept this under lock and key
Yep.
in your unicorn diary?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It's very secret.
Oh, it's kept under
Yeah.
the toughest.
I was on kind of a time crunch, so
Okay.
AI kind of I give it the parameters.
Okay.
And, okay.
Okay.
So
It says, hey Anthony, I hope this letter finds you with a smile on your face. If not, well, I have a confession to make. I've been the clown instead of the best friend lately, and for that, I owe you the funniest apology of all time. So brace yourself for a wild ride. First off, I apologize for breaking a promise, buddy. It's like promising to share my last slice of pizza and then devouring it like a famished T-Rex. I assure you, I've learned my lesson, and from now on, I'll keep my pizza-eating promises intact. I messed up big time by not being there for you when you needed me. Picture this. I was supposed to be your backup dancer in that embarrassing karaoke performance, but I chickened out and left you grooving solo. It's a dance move that's hard to forgive, but I'm ready to bust some moves and make it up to you. This is doing a lot.
it's a metaphor.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, the times I spoke ill of you behind your back. Imagine me secretly auditioning to be a ventriloquist, but instead of the usual dummy, I use our friendship as my puppet. Damn, that is some good
It's a metaphor.
metaphor. It was a terrible act, and I promised never to unleash my wannabe ventriloquist skills on our friendship ever again. This metaphor goes deep. Remember all those times I ignored your calls and messages? It's like playing hide and seek, but I decided to be the master of hide and completely forget about the seek part. Apologies for being a Houdini of friendship, but I promise to be more present and responsive moving forward. As for that shocking thing I did to your bed, brace yourself for the truth, my friend. In a moment of misguided creativity, I turned your bed into a makeshift bouncy castle. I filled it with balloons and feathers, creating a fluffy disaster zone. I never intended to leave you with a bed fit for a circus, and I'm more than willing to help you restore it to its former glory. Now let's bring some literary flair to this apology, shall we? Shakespeare himself once wrote, "Sorry seems to be the hardest word." Elton John, from the play The Lion King. So let's embrace the absurdity and admit that even the bard knew how tricky apologies can be. Speaking of movies, let's not forget James Cameron's masterpiece Titanic.
It's the AI.
Picture me saying, "I'm sorry, Anthony, but I can't promise you a ride on a sinking ship. However, I can offer you a boatload of laughter and memorable adventures. Let's keep our friendship afloat, shall we?" These metaphors go deep. And now let's sprinkle some multilingual laughter. English, "I'm really, really sorry, mate." Spanish, "Lo siento mucho, amigo." French, "Je suis désolé, mon ami." German, I can't even think of a German accent right now. Scheisse, scheisse. Es tut mir leid, kumpel. Japanese. Gomenasai tomodachi. Italian. Mi scuso tanto, amico. To make it up to you, I'm ready to unleash the comedy extravaganza. Here are 5 ways I could bring laughter back into our lives. Organize a comedy movie marathon with all our favorite hilarious films. Attend a comedy show or improv performance together. Create a goofy photo album documenting our wacky adventures. Write and perform a comedic skit showcasing our unique friendship. Plan a prank day where we play harmless jokes on each other and laugh until our sides hurt. Anthony, my hope is that we can turn our missteps into hilarious memories and revive our friendship's laughter-filled spirit. I miss our crazy escapades and the uncontrollable laughter we used to share. Let's embark on a journey of laughter and forgiveness and become best friends once again. With heartfelt laughter and a promise to be the best friend you deserve, your name.
It's supposed to say Ian at the end.
Oh.
I forgot to tell the AI that part.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I accept your apology with all the incredible metaphors in here. I understood the sinking ship metaphor. I kind of understood the devouring famished T-Rex part, but mostly I understood it.
And you know what, Anthony?
What?
I forgive you. And you're welcome. Should we hug it out?
Sure. I guess we're back. I guess we're doing this again.
Well,
Well, I feel better for sure.
do you guys feel good about forcing us to do this?
Absolutely
did.
forced. I can't believe you liked the video that many times and forced me to do something absolutely against my will that I did not volunteer on my own behalf.
And if you give this video 250,000 likes,
Think carefully.
I'm gonna,
There we go.
I don't know.
If this video
Okay.
gets 1 million likes
Okay,
within the next 6 months,
okay.
we will look at each other's penises.
This one? Okay.
For the first time ever.
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to either. I'm so confident this video is not getting 1 million likes. I feel like this video is not getting 1 million likes, so I'm throwing that out. We didn't shake on it. Bye.
Bye.